TIFU by only using fancy foodie salt for 7 years. I moved to a new city 7 years ago, and as a matter of course got a new, better paying job. When stocking my new house with groceries, I thought, I'll buy the nice Himalayan pink salt this time. Over time I diversified my salt selection to include Maldon Flakes, kosher salt, and diamond crystal, but left the Mortons behind. As the years went by I gained a bit of weight but nothing shocking. My hair got a bit gray, and my joints started hurting in the mornings. I eat well, exercise often, and take care of myself. No big deal, right? This is what it means to get older. Fast forward to this spring and I had a thyroid function test come back abnormal. My doctor wanted to put me on thyroid medication immediately, but I started doing a bit of my own research and we agreed to do a retest in 3 months. I switched to a multivitamin with iodine included and put the Morton salt back in my pantry. 3 months later I've lost 15 pounds. My hair looks like Fabio. My skin has cleared up and I don't hurt every morning. Went back in for a test and my thyroid hormone has returned to a normal range. TL. Doctor. Get plenty of iodine in your diet. Iodine was specifically added to salt around 1924 to combat some serious health problems associated with iodine deficiency. Morton was the first company to add iodine on a national scale, which is why they are still associated today in people's minds with iodized salt. Even though most standard white table salt found in stores today has an iodized option. So, yes, iodine is very important, and the easiest way in the US to add it to your diet is to use iodized salt. If you live in a region that doesn't have depleted soil, you may be fine without supplementing. Congrats. I'll just add for people who don't know that Morton's and other table salts are usually iodized, iodine added. The fancy salts are not. And the salt that's in processed foods is generally not iodized either. So you can have a very high sodium diet with almost no iodine. Edit to add. If anyone's interested in the info from a more credible source than a Rondo on Reddit. Harvard Health Publishing article on salt and iodine. Can you mention the supplement? Going to look into this. Been using kosher and sea salt for years. Good on you for advocating for your own health. I had a doctor randomly mention this effect a few years ago when we were talking about nutrition and millennial eating habits. It is in fact a real thing. Man, I think I learn more from this sub through the screw-ups of others than I do through the Life Pro Tips sub. Thank you for posting this TIFU. This happened to my sister. But she wasn't using fancy salts. The Morton's without iodine is like 20 cents cheaper. And she's cheap AF. Oh my goodness. My husband and I have been gaining weight pretty steadily for the past couple of years, even though we are active and eat relatively healthy and haven't changed our lifestyle much. We have also been cooking exclusively with sea salt that is not iodized the past few years. I would have never made this connection. I think we'll ditch the sea salt for a while and see what happens. Thank you for sharing. I had a similar problem happen to me. I turned to a plant-based diet a few years ago, vegan. So no meat or dairy. I also was buying sea salt at the time. For a while I had a problem where my brain felt really slow and my thinking would be quite fuzzy. Some days were much worse than others. I came to find out through some fellow helpful vegans that this could be iodine deficiency. Since cow udders are washed in iodine to disinfect them, iodine ends up in all dairy products. Since I wasn't eating dairy or eating iodized sea salt, I was missing out on iodine. Once I started buying iodized sea salt again, this problem went away immediately. So if you know any vegans, make sure you ask if they are using supplements with iodine or eating iodized salts. I never realized that iodine deficiency was a thing, or that it could be linked to weight gain. I've been using kosher salt for years. It may be time to swap back and see if I have any changes. Interesting. I have a friend who is allergic to iodine, so she uses non-iodized salt. I don't know if she takes something to account for it or not. In my house, we tend to use fancy salts. We should probably stop some of that. I'm confused. Is Morton's healthier than fancy salts, or did you just need the multivitamin? Oh shit. I have been going a little gray, earlier than others in my fam, and gained a few pounds. I have also been very injury prone when I used to be super active. The weird thing about the grays I often pluck are only gray halfway and then get dark again towards the root. That seems weird to me because I don't think one's hair is supposed to reverse gray. I too haven't been using iodized salt. I figured it would just get in my diet in other ways. I'm gonna be so pissed at myself if I have been the cause of all this. Ooh no. This made me realize I might need iodine. People can't even tell the difference in blind taste tests. TIFU by not eating enough seafood? If you're missing iodine in your diet, it's likely you're missing many other trace nutrients which would come along with it. Regular fish and seaweed consumption can provide more iodine as well. Most soil used to have enough, but not in many cases for today's industrial crops. Wow. I have also been having thyroid issues and I haven't had regular salt in years. I'm definitely going to look into this. Thank you so much for sharing. Wait, what? Oh, shit. Thank you for this post. I never thought about iodine deficiency before, but I also don't use iodized salt and am having some symptoms gleaned from the Goog after reading this. We'll be adding good ol' Morton's back in and we'll see where it goes. I have actually been to my doctor for some of these things with no clear culprit yet. This has never been considered though. Do you never eat seafood or sushi?
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.